What's up, guys? T Reaper, and today I'm gonna do. Hey, Zeke. Zeke's my dog. Anyway, I'm gonna do my top 25 and 5 college football rankings. Hey, Zeke, do you mind getting out of my room for just a few minutes? It's okay. He's just a puppy. Anyway, number 1. Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna do number 1 first. I'm gonna do my first five out first. Number 30, TCU. They have to go on the road at Purdue. I think TCU picks up this win by 2 or 3 touchdowns. USC at BYU. I'm giving USC a category red upset alert, with them being ranked at my number 29th spot, or the 4th team out, because BYU is pretty good, and you will probably see BYU in my list next week if they do pull it off. Iowa State at Iowa. I do have this game on red upset alert for Iowa, but we're not to Iowa yet, because we're at 28. Iowa's still later on the list. Number 27 is California versus North Texas. That was a huge win over Washington. They picked up. So be on the lookout for the California Golden Bears this year. They may win the Pac-12. Who knows? Number 26 is Mississippi State versus Kent State. Or Kansas State, not Kent State. This is going to be probably a 4 or 5 touchdown game. North Carolina at Wake Forest to start off our top 25. Yes, I do have the Tar Heels ranked. You all went 2-9 last year. You're to number 25 on my poll. Just don't choke. Virginia at Florida State for my number 24. Virginia, you're a good team, but not as good as the Washington State Cougars at number 23, who have to go to Houston, and I'm giving them a category yellow upset alert. Meaning that they play their game, they should win. Iowa's on red upset alert. Actually, I'll give them, they're the only red this week, so they're the red hot of this week. There's at least one red hot every week, so you got Iowa at Iowa State. Iowa's only a couple spots better than Iowa State. Iowa State, they have to play them on the road, even though it's an in-state rivalry. And number 21, we got Washington. Yeah, you all lost. And then you're going to drop. You can play Hawaii, though, so that should be a decent, easy win. Number 20, sneaking into the poll is Maryland at Temple. I didn't even have Maryland in the 5 last week. Boise State versus Portland State at number 19. Boise State, you're going to win by 6 touchdowns or more. Number 18, Oregon versus Montana. Same story, Oregon. Michigan, they have a bye at 17, and Wisconsin also has a bye at 16. Michigan's so low because, well, I wasn't high on them last week either, but I personally think they're always overrated. Not just because I'm a State fan, but because every year they're ranked about 10 spots higher than they finish. And then Wisconsin, they're on the rise. They're number 16. They have a bye. Number 15 is the Central Florida versus Stanford. I have UCF on category yellow. It's in Florida, but Stanford's a pretty good football team. They're not in my top 30, though. Number 14 is Texas A&M. They play Lamar. That's a pretty easy win. 13 is Penn State. They play their cross-state rival, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is not going to beat Penn State, but they'll put up a fight for a while. Number 12 is Michigan State. They play against Arizona State. You may think this is a little high for the Spartans, but they have really good defense, and now they prove themselves against Western Michigan that they have a really good offense too. Keep an eye out on the Spartans. Number 11 is Texas. They are at Rice. That's an easy win. 10 is Utah. They play Idaho State. Another easy win. Number 9 is Florida and Kentucky. I considered putting this at category green, but Kentucky has their quarterback out for the year. Then we have number 8, Auburn versus Kent State. Auburn's going to win by 5 touchdowns or more. Number 7 is Notre Dame versus New Mexico. New Mexico is going to lose Notre Dame in a blowout. Number 6 is Oklahoma. They go to the University of California in Los Angeles, or UCLA. And Oklahoma will win by at least 3 touchdowns. But remember what Josh Rosen did at UCLA against Texas A&M a few years ago. He did the impossible and came back 38 points. Number 5 is LSU, and they play Northwestern State. I thought it said Northwestern for a few seconds, and I thought Northwestern would at least have a category green. But nope, it's Northwestern State. LSU easily. Number 4, Ohio State, and they go to Indiana. Indiana, they are going to probably make a bowl game this year, but they're not going to beat Ohio State or Indy. Oh, they're not going to beat Indiana because they are Indiana. They're not going to beat Ohio State or Michigan State or Penn State or probably not even Maryland. Number 3 is Georgia, and they play Arkansas State. Georgia easily. Number 2 is Alabama at South Carolina. Another thing I considered a category green, but South Carolina has the same story as Kentucky with their quarterback going out for the season, or some major player. Now, number 1, Clemson. I have them as a category yellow, upset alert at Syracuse. My reason being, 2 years ago when Clemson went to the Carrier Dome, they lost. So that'll wrap up my top 25 and 5 for week 3 of the college football season.